Welcome back to Tungal College online classes. Hello students, how are you all? In last class you learned a representation of a galvanic cell, electrode potential and a cell potential. The today's topic is a stranded hydrogen electrode. In short, we have to call it as SHE. S-H-E, stranded hydrogen electrode. This topic is very important for a PUC examination. Now let us look into the stranded hydrogen electrode. I already drawn a stranded hydrogen electrode on the board. The stranded hydrogen electrode consists of platinum electrode coated with platinum black. The stranded hydrogen electrode consists of platinum electrode coated with platinum black, and it dipped in acidic solution. Look at here, I mentioned as 1mH plus. This is acidic solution. So this electrode is dipped in acidic solution, and the hydrogen gas is bubbled through it. The hydrogen gas is this hydrogen gas is bubbled through it. What is the second point is this electrode is dipped in a acidic solution, and hydrogen gas is bubbled through it. And another point is the pressure of the hydrogen gas is 1 bar. The pressure of hydrogen gas is 1 bar, and the concentration of hydrogen ion, concentration of this hydrogen ion in solution is 1 molar. Concentration of H plus ion, concentration of hydrogen is 1 molar, and the pressure of hydrogen gas is 1 bar. This is the description regarding the stranded hydrogen electrode. Now let us look at the representation of hydrogen electrode. Representation. So first we are taking, this is the platinum electrode. So platinum, taking platinum, then we are passing hydrogen gas, H2, hydrogen gas. What is the pressure? Its pressure, it is a gaseous state, and its pressure is 1 bar. Its pressure is 1 bar. H2 gas, 1 bar pressure, and we will get H plus. This is the representation of hydrogen electrode. In another way also we can represent hydrogen electrode. I am taking reverse equation, you can write reverse equation. Then H plus, this H plus I am writing. This H plus is nothing but what is present in aqueous solution, and its concentration how much is given? 1 molar. Its concentration is 1 molar. Right? Reverse equation you can write. This you can take as aqueous 1 molar. Aqueous 1 molar by H2 gas. Gas, its pressure is 1 bar. Concentration of H plus ion is 1 molar. Concentration of H plus in 1 molar is aqueous we are taking, and pressure of hydrogen gas is 1 bar. It is gaseous state. P2. So this is the representation of standard hydrogen electrode. If you look at this equation, what we find is here H2 converting into H plus. So H2 is converting into 0 to, here it will be plus 1. 0 to plus 1, number is 0 to plus 1 in the sense number is increased. So here is oxidation is taking place. Oxidation taking place. Oxidation in the sense in Daniell cell what we learned, where the oxidation is taking place, that will be taken as anode. It can act as anode. So in first equation, the stranded hydrogen electrode can act as anode. Coming to the second equation, here is oxidation number of hydrogen ion is plus 1. And here is oxidation number of hydrogen is 0. Plus 1 to 0. Plus 1 to 0 in the sense number is decreased. Decreasing number is called as what? Reduction. Decreasing number is called as reduction. In cell where the reduction happening, that's where the half cell we have to take as a cathode. Isn't it? Where oxidation is taken, that we have to take as anode. Where reduction is taken, that we can take as a cathode. So by taking this equation, this is oxidation. In this case, oxidation is taking place. The stranded hydrogen electrode can act as anode. Very important point. The stranded hydrogen electrode can act as anode. And by taking this equation, the reduction is taking place. In this equation, reduction is taking place. So we can represent the standard hydrogen electrode like this, or we can represent the standard hydrogen electrode like this also. Anyway, we can represent. In this equation, the stranded hydrogen electrode is undergoing reduction. Then this is a reduction. So nothing but we can take it as a cathode. So what is important point here is the standard hydrogen electrode can act as a anode and can act as a cathode. It can act as anode as well as a cathode. So based on this point, this will be used as a reference electrode. By taking the standard hydrogen electrode, we are able to find out the electrode potentials of other half cell. This standard hydrogen electrode will be taken as a one half cell. This is one half cell, and other electrodes we have taken another half cell. We have to construct a galvanic cell. So by constructing the galvanic cell by using standard hydrogen electrode as well as other half cell, we are able to find out electrode potentials of other half cell. And the electrode potential of standard hydrogen electrode will be taken as a E cell. E is equal to 0. The standard electrode potential of standard hydrogen electrode will be taken as 0 volts. 0 volts. So it will be 0. We are able to find out the electrode potentials of other half cell. We will discuss in further class. So this is a representation of standard hydrogen electrode. The standard hydrogen electrode can act as a anode as well as a cathode. Now let us write the points relating to the standard hydrogen electrode. Point number 1. What is the point number 1? Standard hydrogen electrode consists of platinum electrode coated with platinum black. It consists platinum electrode coated with platinum black. This is the point number 1. Next, electrode dipped in acidic solution. Electrode dipped in acidic solution. That means hydrogen electrode dipped in acidic solution, and pure hydrogen gas is bubbled through it, and pure hydrogen gas is bubbled through it. Pure hydrogen gas is bubbled through it. And the next point is the pressure of the hydrogen gas is 1 bar and concentration of the hydrogen in solution is 1 molar. The pressure of hydrogen gas is 1 bar and concentration of hydrogen ion in solution is 1 molar. And the next point is standard hydrogen electrode can act as a anode as well as a cathode. Standard hydrogen electrode can act as, I'm writing here, can act as anode and a cathode. It can act as a anode and a cathode. So based on this point, and its electrode potential is, standard electrode potential is 0 volts. The standard electrode potential of hydrogen electrode is 0 volts. So based on this point, this standard hydrogen electrode will be taken as a reference half cell. This will be taken as a reference electrode or reference half cell. It will be taken as a reference half cell. By using this reference half cell, we're able to find out the electrode potentials of another half cell. This one we have to connect to the another half cell. We're able to find out the electrode potential of that half cell what we are connecting to it, because its value is 0. So this is a stranded hydrogen electrode. Next topic, determination of electrode potential of Zn plus 2 by Zn. Simply determination of electrode potential of zinc. So to determine the electrode potential of zinc, we have to dip zinc electrode in zinc sulfate solution. We have to take an half cell. I am taking one half cell. In this half cell, zinc rod. Zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. This zinc rod is an electrode. Zinc rod is electrode, and we are dipping this one is a zinc sulfate solution. ZnSO4 solution. This ZnSO4 is an electrolyte. So we don't know what is electrode potential of this zinc rod. We have to find out it. So to find the electrode potential of zinc rod, we have to take a reference half cell. This reference half cell is none other than a stranded hydrogen electrode. The stranded hydrogen electrode is a reference half cell. It is reference half cell. And this, because it is undergo oxidation as well as reduction, depending upon other half cell, the stranded hydrogen electrode will undergo oxidation, is undergo reduction. That means it can act as an anode, it can act as a cathode. So, and its electrode potential, stranded electrode potential will be taken as 0 volts. Its stranded electrode potential will be taken as 0 volts. So by taking this stranded hydrogen electrode, we are able to find out the electrode potential of other half cell. So we have to connect this half cell through to a stranded hydrogen electrode. The zinc rod is connected by a wire through voltmeter to the hydrogen electrode. So we connected a zinc electrode to hydrogen electrode through voltmeter. So when we connected a zinc electrode to the hydrogen electrode, the cell potential is found to be E cell. E cell is found to be 0.76 volts. The cell potential is found to be 0.76 volts. So from this point we are able to find out electrode potential of this zinc electrode. So already we know the standard electrode potential of this hydrogen electrode, standard hydrogen electrode, that value is E0 is equal to 0 volts, and by taking this reference half cell, we are finding the electrode potential of this zinc. Then we have the formula E cell. E cell, what is the formula? E right minus E left. E right minus E left. E right minus E left. And we got the value, how much value, when the zinc electrode is connected to the hydrogen electrode, the cell potential, how much we got is 0.76 volts. So the cell value got, cell potential 0.76 volts, that is equal to E right. What is the right thing we have is, this right is nothing but, this right, nothing but hydrogen electrode. This is 0 volts. E right is hydrogen electrode, 0 volts. Next left, what you have is a zinc electrode. E left, nothing but Zn plus 2 by Zn. Zn plus 2 by Zn. This is the electrode. Then we have to find out Zn plus 2 by Zn is equal to minus 0.76 volts. So the potential difference developed between this electrode and electrolyte. The potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte, this is standard electrode potential, how much we got? Minus 0.76 volt. That means the standard electrode potential of this zinc electrode is minus 0.76 volts. So by taking the hydrogen electrode as a reference, we find the electrode potential of zinc. And let us take one more example for better understanding. I am taking determining electrode potential. Determining electrode potential of, instead of taking Zn plus 2 by Zn, I am taking here is example Cu plus 2 by Cu. I am taking example Cu plus 2 by Cu. Now let us how to get the electrode potential of, how to determine the electrode potential of Cu plus 2 by Cu. Then I am taking To determine the electrode potential of copper rod is dipped in a copper sulfate solution. So I took half cell. In this half cell, copper rod. This is the copper rod. So this is copper rod can act as a electrode. Copper rod dipped in Cu plus to copper sulfate solution. So this is a CuSO4. Then what we have to find is what is the electrode potential, the potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte. So what is the potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte? We have to find out. For this case again we have to take a stranded hydrogen electrode. So here I am disconnecting with the zinc rod. I am connecting it to the copper rod. I am connecting it to the copper rod by a wire through galvanometer. Then galvanometer. When the copper rod and copper electrode and hydrogen electrode both are connected, the cell potential is found to be E cell is equal to 0.34 volts. 0.34 volts. This is the cell potential. What I did is, previous case I want to find out the electrode potential of zinc rod and zinc electrode. So that I connected hydrogen electrode to the zinc electrode. That means this half cell connected to this another half cell. Now I want to find out the electrode potential of this copper, so that I am disconnecting here. So this we can use any case, if any element, any electrode potential, if you want to find out, we can take the standard hydrogen electrode as reference electrode. So this one I find out. Next I want to find out for this case. Then I connected hydrogen electrode to the copper. Then what is the cell potential I found is 0.34 volts. Then I want to find out what is the potential difference developed between copper electrode and its electrolyte. Then what is the formula? E cell. E cell is equal to E right. E right minus E left. E right minus E left. Right side what we have here is right side. This is what we have, copper we have. So E Cu plus 2. Cu plus 2 by Cu. Right side we have copper. Left side what we have is zinc. So left side what we have is hydrogen. Minus hydrogen cell potential is how much? Electrode potential is how much? 0 volts. This is 0 volts. 0 volts. E cell how much we got? 0.34 volts. 0.34 volts. Then E Cu plus 2 by Cu is equal to how much will get? 0.34 volts. So this is the electrode potential of copper. This is an electrode potential of copper. So we find the electrode potential of zinc and we find the electrode potential of copper. How much we got? 0.34 volts. Now what the point we understand is, by taking the hydrogen as a reference electrode, we can find out electrode potentials of any electrode. Here I took zinc, copper, you can change it, you can take as a magnesium, or you can take as a iron, you can take it as a nickel, or you can take silver. So any electrode you can take. This is common. This is a reference electrode. Its electrode potential is how much? 0 volts. This is fixed. And which electrode potential we have to find out? That electrode we have to connect it to the standard hydrogen electrode. Whenever the electrode is connected to the standard hydrogen electrode, based on the formula, by taking this formula, E cell is equal to E right minus E left, we are able to find out electrode potential of any metal electrode. So like this. Then this electrode we are labeling as this hydrogen electrode labeling as a reference electrode. By taking this one, we are able to find out electrode potentials of any other electrodes. So this is a determination of electrode potential of zinc and determination of electrode potential of copper. Next topic is Nernst equation. The quantitative relationship between the concentration of ions and electrode potentials is given by Nernst equation. First let us write the sentence. The quantitative relationship between concentration of ions and electrode potentials, and electrode potentials is given by Nernst equation, is given by Nernst equation. So for PUC point of view, Nernst equation is a very, very important question. Now let us derive the Nernst equation. To derive the Nernst equation, we have to take a reduction form of a half cell. M plus N. This plus N represents a number of electron charge present on the metal. In aqueous state, it will take N number of electrons converted into M. This is in the form of a solid. So this is a reduction form of a half cell. For this case, we have to write electrode potentials. First, I am taking this one, electrode potential of half cell. This M plus N by M is equal to, and I am writing standard electrode potential of this half cell is standard condition. This is the potential electrode potential of half cell. This is the standard electrode potential. M plus N by M. That means M plus converting into M. So that this is reduction of plus M plus N converting into M. Reduction form I took minus RT by NF Ln concentrations of products by concentrations of reactants. First we are taking concentrations of products by concentrations of reactants. Concentrations of reactants. This is the equation. Here R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, preferably we can take 290 Kelvin or 25 degrees centigrade, N is the number of electrons, F is the Faraday constant, F is Faraday constant, N is the number of electrons, R is gas constant, T is the temperature. Now let us apply this equation we have to write in this production reactants we have to substitute in this equation. M plus N, M is there, this we have to substitute in this case, then we will get E M plus N by M gives rise to E standard condition M plus N by M minus RT by NF Ln products. What the products we have? M reactants what we have? M plus N. So product is M solid form. Its concentration by M plus N aqueous. Its concentration. Clear. So for solids, its concentration will be taken as 1 unity. M is equal to 1. Then equation can be rearranged as E M plus N by M. M plus N by M minus RT by NF Ln. This is unity 1 by M plus N aqueous. So this is the equation we have to use. Now this equation we should apply to the Daniell cell. I am taking an example of Daniell cell. Daniell cell. So first we have to take a cell reaction for Daniell cell. What is the cell reaction? Zn, this is solid form. Cu plus 2, this is aqueous form. Gives rise to Zn plus 2, this is in aqueous, plus this is a solid. This is a solid. First we have to take a reduction of, so I am taking this Daniell cell reduction case. Reduction at cathode. Reaction at cathode. So what is the reaction is taking place at cathode? At the cathode reaction is Cu plus 2 converting into Cu. Cu plus 2 taking 2 electrons converting into Cu, isn't it? Then this case we have to write this equation. E Cu plus 2 by Cu is equal to, I am rewriting here, E Cu plus 2 by Cu gives rise to E standard condition, Cu plus 2 to Cu, Cu plus 2 to Cu minus RT by NF, RT by NF. Next what we have? 1 Ln, 1 by direct line writing, actually we have to take concentration of Cu solid by Cu plus 2. concentrations of products by concentrations of reactant. Here concentration of solid Cu will be taken as 1. If you take the Cu is equal to 1, then equation will become E Cu plus 2 by Cu plus 2 by Cu, that is equal to E standard cell Cu plus 2 by Cu minus RT by NF ln 1 by Cu plus 2. So I applied this equation to the cathode. Now the same equation, this equation we have to apply to the anode. At anode, what is the reaction is taking place? So Zn converting into Zn plus 2. At anode, Zn converting into Zn plus 2 plus 2 electrons. So we have to take a reduction form. This is oxidation form. Zn is 0. Zn is 0. Here is plus 2 oxidation. We have to converting into reduction form. This is a oxidation form. So we have to take this equation as a reduction form. We have to use a reduction form of equation. So reduction form nothing but to take opposite. Zn plus 2 converting into Zn. I am not taking electrons, just I am representing equation. This is a reduction form. This is reduction form. To this reduction form, we have to apply this equation. Then how to write E Zn plus 2. Zn plus 2 converting into Zn. Zn plus 2 by Zn. That is equal to minus, that is equal to E standard cell Zn plus 2 by Zn minus RT by NF, a concentration of Ln, concentration of products by concentrations of reactant. So product is what is the product? Zn. Zn is a solid form, so that you can take as unit. I already wrote here Cu is 1, so that 1 by Cu plus 2. So I am directly remitting, otherwise you can take a concentration of Zn by concentration of Zn plus 2. So here is Zn is equal, concentration is equal to unity, because it is a solid. It is solid. This is aqueous. That is equal to unity 1. Then equation can be rewritten as E Zn plus 2 by Zn, that is equal to E standard cell Zn plus 2 by Zn minus RT by NF ln RT by NF ln 1 by Zn plus 2. This is aqueous. This is another equation. So we applied this equation to the cathode as well as anode in Daniell cell, and we have the formula E cell. E cell, what is the formula? E cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. So we know this formula. In cell potential we learned E cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. So here is the cathode reaction. This is the cathode reaction. Here is the anode reaction. So anode reaction, cathode reaction, we have to substitute in this equation. Otherwise I am letting this equation as 1 and this equation as 2, understanding purpose. This equation as 2. So substitute first equation and second equation in third equation. One more equation is there, no need here. So cathode of cell and anode of cell reactions you can substitute in this equation. Then E cell is equal to, what is the cathode equation? This one. This one is cathode equation and this is anode equation. This is anode equation. Substitute this equation and this equation in this equation. Then cathode equation what we have is E cell, that is equal to cathode equation E standard cell Cu plus 2 by Cu minus RT by NF ln 1 by Cu plus 2. 1 by Cu plus 2. This is the equation. This is nothing but what? Aqueous. And E cathode minus E anode. Minus anode what you have? E standard cell of anode Zn, and minus in minus this will become plus RT by NF ln 1 by Zn plus 2. this is a aqueous. So this is a cathode of cell I substituted as well as anode of cell I substituted. This is the equation I got. So this is a standard electrode potential. This is also a standard electrode potential. I'm rewriting this equation as a E cell. E cell is equal to E standard cell Cu plus 2 by Cu minus this I'm bringing here Cu plus Zn plus 2 by Zn. Zn plus 2 by Zn. These two half cells I brought one place. Then minus we can take RT by NF. RT by NF, RT by NF I am taking common. RT by NF, this is RT by NF. I am taking common here. Then what we have is Ln 1 by Cu plus 2 aqueous minus Ln 1 by Zn plus 2 aqueous. So this is the equation we got. Then E cell is equal to by taking this one I am taking as a E standard cell. This is a cathode, this is anode. Cathode minus anode. The standard cell E standard cell. E cell minus E standard cell minus RT by NF. RT by NF. Then we have Ln. We can write this equation as Zn plus 2 ion concentration in aqueous form by Cu plus 2 ion concentration in aqueous form. This is another equation we get. So from this here is we have to substitute R value, T value, N value, F value. So I am taking E cell. E cell is equal to E standard cell. E standard cell minus R value. Here R is a gas constant. R is equal to R value is R is equal to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. So this is R value. T is temperature. It is 298 Kelvin. 298 Kelvin. Nothing but 25 degrees centigrade. Here is F is the Faraday constant. F is the Faraday constant, that is equal to its value is 96,500 coulomb per mole. Coulomb mole inverse. Next here is N is the number of electrons. N is equal to number of electrons. In this case number of electrons transferred is to look at here. So zinc converting into Zn plus 2. Elemental state zinc is 0, 0 to plus 2. So plus 2 in the sense the zinc lost 2 electrons. This 2 electrons is gained by this copper. So number of electrons involved in the reaction is 2. N is equal to 2. Then here is here Ln is the natural logarithm. We have to convert into common logarithm. Then we can convert the common logarithm 2.303 RT by NF log base 10 Zn plus 2 aqueous form by Cu plus 2 in aqueous state. So natural logarithm converting into common logarithm. Then substitute the values of R, T, F and N in this equation. Then you will get E standard cell minus 2.303 into R is equal to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse into here is temperature is 298 Kelvin by N is here N value from equation to cell reaction, cell to cell N value is going to get changes. In this case N is equal to, but different cases if we take this N value will be different cells, we can take this N value will be changes. Some cases 1 electron will be transferred, one case will be 2 electrons, 3 electrons, so on. So N I am taking as usual N into F is equal to 96,500 coulomb per mole log Zn plus 2 ion concentration by Cu plus 2 ion concentration aqueous form, isn't it? So upon simplification of all these values, what the value going to get is E cell. E cell is equal to E standard cell is equal to E cell is equal to E standard cell minus 0.059 by N. 0.059 by N log concentration of Zn plus 2 ion in aqueous form by concentration of Cu plus 2 ion in aqueous form. So this is the equation we will get. This is the equation. So this is the equation for by using this equation we are able to calculate cell potential. E cell we have to calculate if the E naught cell is given. So if the concentration of Zn plus 2 is given, concentration of Cu plus 2 is given, E naught cell is given, we are able to calculate cell potential of this Daniell cell. Here if we take n value we have to substitute. You can take one more equation also. How to write is n value how to substitute 0.059 by 2. So if you want to write E cell, E naught cell minus 0.059 by 2 log base 10 Zn plus 2 ion concentration in aqueous form by Cu plus 2 ion concentration, Cu plus 2 and concentration in aqueous form. These two equations are same, but what is the difference here? Here n value is substituted, n is equal to 2. So this is a Nernst equation for a Daniell cell. Next let us discuss how to write a direct Nernst equation for a given cell reaction. For example, I am taking Mg plus Cu plus 2 gives rise to Mg plus 2 plus Cu. This is the cell reaction is given to you. Then this is the solid, this is in aqueous state, this is the aqueous state and this is the solid. So this is the cell reaction. For the cell reaction we have to write a direct Nernst equation. Then first we have to take a E cell. E cell is equal to E standard cell. E standard cell minus 2.303 RT by NF log base 10. Here is a Cu is a solid form, so its concentration will be taken as a unit. Here magnesium is a solid. For the solids concentration will be taken as a unit. Their solids the concentration taken as a unit. And remaining thing what we have is Mg plus 2n is there, Cu plus 2n is there. So we have to write concentrations of products by concentrations of reactant. What is the product we have? Mg plus 2n concentration in aqueous state by reactant what you have is Cu plus 2 ion in aqueous state. Concentrations of products by concentrations of reactants. Next E cell. E standard cell minus 2.303 R is 8.314. If T is given 298 Kelvin, F is Faraday constant 96,500 coulombs. Upon simplification of all these we will get 0.059 by here n I am taking as n actually we will take as 2. Here Mg is converting into Mg0, Mg plus 2. So 0 to plus 2. Number of electrons involved is how many? 2 electrons. So magnesium loss in 2 electrons. These 2 electrons taken by the Cu plus 2. Number of electrons involved in this cell reaction is 2 electrons. So n is equal we have to take here. Then log Mg plus 2 in aqueous state by Cu plus 2 in aqueous state. So we have to change this again. E cell. E cell is equal to E standard cell minus 0.059. 0.0059. N how much we find? This is 2. N is equal to log base 10 Mg plus 2 in aqueous state by Cu plus 2 in aqueous state. So this is the direct equation for Nernst equation. This is a direct Nernst equation for this cell. While solving the problems, we can use directly this equation. Otherwise, by step we can derive this. So if concentration of Mg plus 2 is given and concentration of Cu plus 2 is given and n value already we know, then E standard cell is given, then we are able to calculate E cell. We are able to calculate E cell. Let us take one more example for better understanding. I am taking Ni plus 2Ag. Ni plus 2Ag plus gives rise to Ni plus 2 plus 2Ag. So this is a cell reaction is given to us. So we have to write in a direct Nernst equation. Then how to write is E cell is equal to E standard cell minus E cell is equal to E standard cell minus 2.303 RT by NF log base 10. Here is, this is a solid, and this nickel is also a solid. This is what? Aqueous. This is also aqueous. This is what? Solid. So here silver is a solid, here nickel is a solid metals, so that their concentration will be taken as a unity. Then what we have is concentrations of product by concentrations of reactant. Then we have to take a Na plus 2 concentration by, and you can take Ag plus N concentration. Ag plus N concentration in aqueous state, how many ions is there? Here we have 2 ions. So power 2, concentration power 2. So Na plus 2 concentration by, here 2 Ag is there, power 2 we have to take, concentration power 2. Then E cell is equal to E standard cell. E standard cell, R is gas constant 8.314, T is the temperature 298 Kelvin, F is the Faraday constant 96,500 coulombs. So by taking all these values, we will get 0.059 by, I am directly writing this step, N value I am substituting directly. Here is nickel is elemental state is 0, here is what? Plus 2. So 0 to plus 2, number of electrons transferred is how many? 2. It is 2 Ag plus. Each Ag plus taking 1 electron, 2 Ag plus taking 2 electrons, converting into 2 Ag. So here also 2 electrons involved. N is equal to how much you can take? 2 by 2 log base 10 Na plus 2 in ion aqueous concentration by Ag plus ion concentration aqueous power 2. So this is the direct Nernst equation for this cell. Any cell is given, we have to write, this is the method to write the Nernst equation for a given cell reaction.